Hello, and welcome to the Casino Tears podcast. I'm one of your hosts, 10 Ton is number one, and joining me as my co-host is the one and only Ed Robinson from Roll to Win Craps. If you want more info on our show, please visit our page at casinotears.com. On this week's show, we discuss openings, $25 tables, comparative analysis. We also touch on Caesars, Aria, 10-ton triangle, world bet, repeaters, laying the back wall, and Emperor Ed's ancient book of wisdom. How are you, man?
I'm perfect.
You're looking very spiffy.
I'm dapper.
Yeah, you're looking good.
I am dapper.
Where the hell were you? Where,
What do you mean? Where was I?
where were you? Are you coming from somewhere? You're looking very dressed up.
No, I came home and dressed down to this.
Oh man, you're dressed down.
Practice like good. You play like you practice. You're going to wear clothes you're going to play in. You better practice in them, dude.
Well, speaking of your shirt, which looks very, very, very nice, man.
Thank you.
Your mom would be proud of you. You look good.
I should send her a picture.
I know, man. Clean cut. This reminds me, Ed, my dad, old school Italian guy. My dad could not stand how I looked. He hated it. He hated it to the point where he did not speak to me at the dinner table for literally, it had to be, it was months. He just hated looking at me. He really did. He did, Ed. He really did. So congratulations. I'm glad you don't hate looking at me. He hated it so much. I was just an insult to everything this guy stood for. He's very clean cut.
Yeah, probably had a button-down shirt on.
Every day to work. And here I am, waltzing in there, facial hair. There was a time I didn't go to family reunions. And I remember my mom on her deathbed. She was, saying all this stuff to me. Oh, your father regrets all these things. I'm like, well, it is what it is. That stuff happens. I didn't go home to the family reunions, usually in the summer where it was really hot. And my dad hated, because he's old school, hated the fact I had tattoos. I would never, ever show him my tattoos. Why put something in someone's face like that? Whenever I would go home, if I did go home, which was rare, fully sleeved so they couldn't see any tattoos, just out of respect for the guy.
Right. You were a better son than you thought then by doing that.
Felt like we got to respect
your elders.
I don't want to put it in his face. He had a tough time dealing with that. And that was, I think it changes when you become successful. Then they can kind of deal with it,
Yeah.
From the old country.
I can imagine. Well, they wouldn't have gone over well in South Alabama either. Lower Alabama, North Alabama, East Alabama. Back then, no. Yeah, they wouldn't have gone over well then.
There's no sense waving it in someone's face. You kind of learn there's a point of being not necessarily rebellious, but being yourself versus, oh man, dude, I remember my dad caught me because I had my ears pierced,
Uh-oh.
And one time I fell asleep, I think, on the couch with one of them in. Man, this guy my dad was a nice guy, but he was not someone you took him seriously.
Did he do an extraction of the ear?
Man, he put me up against a wall. He was not messing around, man. Grab you by the throat, put you up against the wall, and have a few choice words for your son.
I've done that to a few of my kids.
The worst is when you get older, though. I remember I was older than my mom. She's just such a tiny lady, right?
Yeah.
5'1", 5'2", 100 pounds.
Little bitty lady. About your size.
She got so mad when she would try to hit me, I'm like, give me another one. Because that did not register at all. You're going to have to try harder. And that was a mistake because then your dad gets home after he hears about that.
Yep.
I was always dreading hearing that guy come up the stairs. I was in my bedroom.
Now, was your twin brother the opposite of you? Was he Mr.
Yeah,
Big
he did
Guy?
not get in nearly. Like I said in the last episode, he was more of the good twin. Not necessarily pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
But Ed, check out this shirt. Look at this shirt.
Kansas Jayhawks.
Kansas Jayhawks. That was a gift from a listener who also came out here and took a class over here at the casino Tiers headquarters with Bo.
Oh, very nice.
He came out here because he was like, here's some shirts for you, Kansas, because I'm sick of seeing you wear those Texas shirts. Yeah, his name is Brunowski. I wasn't able to go shoot dice with him. He sent me a text. Ed, you want to hear a couple texts I got?
Yeah,
He said, big takeaway for me. Don't force it. Feel it.
I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good because he won some money at O'Shea's. I miss playing there, man. I have to go down there sometime.
Take a small bankroll, please.
I want to do a James A there and check it out. James A texted me.
Uh-oh.
James A, he said, cool to hear the James A challenge has appeared in the last 2 pods with smiley face. And then he said, I forgot to tell you. He said, what are the Vikes going to do at pick 24 tomorrow? He's a Viking fan too.
What are they going to do?
I don't know. They should just keep loading up on defense. Who knows?
They got plenty of weak spots to fill.
I can go on and on about the Vikings, but they've had a great offseason.
What, they've been down at the beach? Where they been? How you know they had a great offseason?
They beefed up their D line and their O line. They signed a starting guard and center from the Colts.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Poor Colts. Yeah. Those were winners.
I mean, listen, I don't make many sports bets, as I've said, but I think the Vikings win over. I think they're 8.5, maybe. That's a no-brainer. They're picked to finish last in the NFC North. That is so dumb. Early season Viking predictions are always wrong.
You should make some of those bets.
I am going to make that bet, and I regret not betting it last year because I called all those games with the spread, the first 6 games. They always get the Vikings wrong.
Let me know next time.
Last year was so easy, dude. Their over win total was 6.5.
Went to the playoffs.
I know they ended up with like the second best record in the NFC. Crazy. Anyway, 8.5, I think it's this year. They should get that. But again, I'm not a sports betting guy, but that is an easy one. I got 2 more texts I can share with you, Ed.
Go ahead and do that.
Check this out. An Alabama guy. Remember JJ from last week?
Yeah.
JJ sent me a text. Guy's all over the place, man. Like I said, this guy travels. Great podcast. I'm down in Tampa, back at the Hard Rock last night. Got crazy heat from the pit boss and managers at the crapless table. They started pointing, talking about me. Table was ice cold. Then I got on a roll. Nothing crazy. $25 a number impressing. I'm shooting stick left 1. Manager stood at the table, straight out to my left all night and behind me. WTF. Dealers said they were scared because the other side of the table had started betting 600 a number after seeing me warm up. Bo's lessons are the real deal. And then emoji with the shades on. I always like that emoji, you know, with the sunglasses on. I'm coming back to Vegas May 2nd to 4th. Let me know if you and Bump John are available. Staying at Paris. JJ, you haven't met him, but you'll like him. Roll Tide guy.
I like Roll Tide guys.
That's the same reason that Bo got kicked out of Win. They're scared other people betting big.
The Seminoles, from what I understand, are real scared of losing a lot of money, even though they're very, very, very rich. But, you know, they got to pay for that takeover of the Mirage.
I don't think about that much, that they're scared of other people. Man, right?
Everybody I know that plays down there says they can be really cantankerous.
Cantankerous, dude. I like that word. That's how you describe a horse, right? A horse riding somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
In LA. Okay. Check this out. I'll read 2 more texts, all right? Mudslide, who texts me. What do you think of this, Ed? He said, dude, if you're off axis more than 50% with a hardway set, you're golden. 60% is dominant. Never change from a 7-axis set until your control dictates.
100%. 100%.
Why is that a good thing?
10 ton. Do I have to take you back to basics?
Take me back to basics because I want you to take the listeners back to basics.
All right. So you're throwing a hardway set to 23 and
23 and me. Oh, by the way, quick shout out to Wisco, dude. Wisco left a comment. He said, I used that set and made them all at Bellagio with that set.
Very good.
23 and me.
So you're throwing into the mixing bowl. So, I mean, it all really makes pretty good sense. So anyway, so you're throwing a hardway set. So the axial grouping for that set, 6161 or 1616. Now, if you're one die off axis, what, 60%? You were a bunch. It was a lot.
I'm over 60% for sure. For sure. I can go back and look because thank God Bump John's been tracking these rolls.
So if you've got a 1 or a 6 showing, just one, you can't throw a 7. That's why you don't change.
It's great. I hit 3 hops in a row, hop the 6-2, 6-4, 6-3, bang those things out. Sometimes I'm hopping the ones. It's nice.
The 1 or the 6 will become dominant during the throw. That's so you might, let's just say you hit the tall and you've got a smattering of, 2 or 3 numbers on the low end.
Yeah.
Just flip them around.
Hell yeah, man.
Put your axis on the other side. Go from a 6-1-6-1 to a 1-6-1-6, and you may, I'll put that in quotes, you may start hitting the small side after you've been hitting the tall side, or vice versa.
Yep. And you should hit the other side, which is nice. Interesting that you mentioned shooting into the mixing bowl. So last night, started shooting towards not so much in the mixing bowl. I wasn't off axis enough. That's why you just reminded me of that. I was not off axis enough. I definitely did hit more hard ways. And man, 6 is a dominant number for me with this set, regardless of where I throw it. It is the single most dominant number by far. I'm like, Bump John, let's run this scenario at Caesars. When I go back there, I want to bet 1,000 on the repeaters, right? I want to max it.
Oh,
At one point, I threw 4 6s in a row in that scenario. Once I hit that 5th 6, put down a $3,000 lay. Then I know I'm going to win 2,500 no matter what. The high end, I'll win 6,000 because that'll pay 9,000. Hit that, and then I hit the 12s, $4,000. Pretty nice.
that's a $10,000 win.
I had a lay on the 9 as well, which didn't come in. So on that 4th 9, here's a lay for 3,000. The nice thing when you're playing the repeaters at that high of a level, I've got all my lays down. Your 2 and 12 are going to pay, it's 40 to 1. They're going to pay 4,000. Your 3 and 11 are going to pay 5,000. We'll get to the 4 and 10. 5 and 9 will pay 8,000, 80 to 1. That lay is same as the 6 and 8, 3,000. Which pays 9,000 because the 3,000 lay is just enough where you can get back on the 5 and 9, 2,000 back as a consolation prize versus 5,000 profit. 6 and 8, that 3,000 gives you 2,500. Okay, consolation prize, but then you still win 6 grand profit. So I think that's the sweet spot. The questionable sweet spot is the 4 and 10. This is the tricky number, Ed, which would pay 6,500 without a lay. I'm almost thinking you still keep all those lays at 3,000 because you don't get it. You get 1,500 as your consolation prize, which is still not chump change. It's nice. It'll pay for the entire bet in general. Make it, you still make 3,500 bucks. I think 3K across for the lays, which would be 300 too if you did have 10s on it.
My first thought was just lay it for 3,000, but you could lay it for 2,000, which would pay for all of your initial outlay on betting all those repeaters.
That's what I had at first. And then I'm thinking, you know what? That might be an easy way just to remember everything. It's 3,000 on everything. Those are your lays. And it would work if you had $100 and $10 on each number for the repeater. Your lays are 300 bucks.
Yep.
Might be a simple way to remember it. But I am going to go back and attempt that probably in a week or two when Birdman gets out here.
Welcome to Vegas, Birdman.
Hell yeah. All right. So, Ed, this is what I wanted to talk to you about today.
Okay.
I wanted to talk to you about openings because I'm looking at tightening up my game this summer for quote unquote random players because I have been spewing. I find myself spewing a little too much on random rollers while I'm waiting for the fucking dice to get back to me so I can shoot, so I can tread water while I go through multiple shooters to get back to me. But I'm playing, I'm not just sitting it out. Okay. And I want to hear what you think of it because I still keep coming back to this like 10-ton triangle bonus, pass line, and a C, the foundation of how I'm playing. And I want to see what you would suggest. Say we've got a $1,000 bankroll, $25 table. That's the table we're playing because the majority of $25 tables are in Vegas. And if you're going to come to Vegas, you have to really seek out the $15 tables, which are going to be downtown, Ellis, and then one at Palms. And maybe you'll get lucky somewhere on the strip in the early morning.
Oh, yeah, you will. You're not up at that point. So you don't.
My initial outlay is this, and I've got a rationale for all of this, which might surprise you. $25 pass line bet, a $10 bonus all, and a $10 C. Okay. You want me to break down why I have these?
I wish you would because I don't like it already. Go ahead.
I know you don't, but okay. This is why I have a $10 just on the all. I agree with you on what you've been saying about the bonus is the bonus and should be a bonus. I agree with you. I found myself paying too much attention to that on random shooters, and it's taking my brain away from the focus on where it should be, which is place bets, box numbers, and building from there. It's become a distraction for me in a lot of ways. Having $10 on the all versus, let's say, a 555, I think is actually better for you for a number of reasons. That $10 hit pays 1,500. That's a big hit. It's a big hit. That's when a bonus is a real bonus, right?
Correct.
Versus if you compared having a $10 all bet, because Bump John brought this up, well, why don't you just bet 555? Well, because then it becomes a little less meaningful. You get distracted by $150 sides.
That's not a distraction for a lot of people.
Oh, really?
That's a win.
True.
That's 15% of your buy-in.
True. But Ed, those aren't happening a lot.
Neither. If they aren't happening, that $10 all sure as hell ain't
I
happening.
know, but you know what? If it gets to that point where you do clear a side and then you even want to lay against that $1,500,
Assuming it's not a 2 or 3.
assuming, and sometimes you can't do anything about it. It just is what it's going to be. In that situation where you can lay, by having a 10, it gives you more to work with. You're going to make more money ultimately when they do hit them all or come one number short on a number that you can lay versus having 555. Your max payout on the 555, if they do it all, still doesn't equate into that $10 all. You have more room to maneuver with that. With a lay, you can still make more money than without a lay on the other side by having a $15 555.
Assuming you have a number that you can lay,
Assuming.
which is rare.
I've been playing a lot lately. There's not a lot of people that have been hitting sides. And that's why I'm bringing this up, because I have been spewing on people.
Well, then don't bet it.
Exactly. But if you're going to bet it and it is that bonus reward, why not make it big? So let me continue with my triangle. $25 pass line, $10 bonus, just the all, $10 C. You're going to ask me, why a $10 C and why not a $5 C, right?
I already know. Go ahead.
Okay. So right now, if you've got this simple configuration, which everyone can easily follow along, 25 pass, $10 bonus, $10 C. Craps numbers in 7s and 11s. Here's what we do. A 7 hits, we lose our craps and we lose our bonus. We make $5. We're profitable on a 7 by $5. A C hits, that pays 70. We're profitable $45, which is that's a big hit. We lose our pass line, but we make 70. It's 45. That's a $45, dude. That is pretty sweet.
Are you turning into a mathematician? Did you get your calculator out to figure this?
No, I just played it because I'm looking at treading water at a lower level, but I'm also looking to maximize these bets. The reason why you're going to hit more C's than you are going to hit the side, right? The all tall
on the come out roll?
Hell yeah.
No.
I bet you will hit more crap numbers on come out rolls during your session than you will by making
with a random tosser.
Yeah, than you will by making a side for $5.
What if they throw a 7?
They throw a 7, you make $5. If they throw an 11, you make $15. Everything wins with this little scenario. And that's why having that craps at 10, I think, is sneaky.
All right. So then they set the point as 10.
Oh, we're going to the next stage. Ed, pour that drink. So Ed, I'll tell you why some people say, oh, well, 10, why don't you do a $5 C? Well, I used to do a $5 C, which pays 35. Okay, cool. 35, I'd make $10. It's not as meaningful to me. That extra $5 on that C pays so much more, 35. That's a chunk, dude. You could hit 2 of those, and it's almost like you hitting a side during a roll, Literally. It's great.
What about if you're going to play a $10 on there?
If you don't play a $10 C,
If you're going to play $10 on the C, what about a $7 C and a $3 E?
I'd have to run that through the computations.
Do it.
All right, I'm going to do it right now.
7 times 7 is 49 if you throw a C. So then
46 when a craps number is rolled, 38.
7 times 7 is 49.
A $7 C, a $3 E wins 38 when the yo rolls, and 46 when a crap
net. So in your yo example, what did the yo pay? 3 times.
Oh, well, this technically would when the yo hits.
Yep.
This pays 38.
Plus your pass line bet, which is more meaningful.
See, this is why I'm running this stuff by you. That's another option that I'll have to start looking at.
I mean, I've seen a ton of people bet a $3 C and a $2 E. Yeah, give you something to think about now.
Yeah, but I'm playing a lot of tables that aren't going to take that.
Yeah, they will. If they're going to take...
Aria won't let you bet any dollars in the middle. Aria won't.
Pricks.
At all. Or anything like that.
On a $15 table?
Oh, on a $15 table. Sure, but not on a $25 table. They won't allow that. That's the other thing. That's one of the reasons why I do like playing those.
Because they want 5s in the center.
They want 5s in the center. But your way actually is going to be better.
On a $15 table.
Whereas I'm just looking at this, my low level is going to be 25, but my max expenditure on this right now is 25, 35, it's $45 on my come out roll. Is that a lot?
How much?
$45.
4.5% of your buy-in.
Yeah.
Not count. I mean,
but I'm only planning on trying to get through. I mean, if you have like 10 losers right in a row and you're felted quickly, well, guess what? Then it's not your night. I mean, hopefully you're not in that position. Hear me out. This is what I'm doing though during the roll. So far, it's been successful, at least in my trial runs here. So I'm keeping it simple. After that opening of $45, I'm only betting one number. I'm picking a number, probably going to be whatever the dominant number is at that point. Who knows if I'll know? Let's just say it's going to be a 6 or 8. It's $30, and then I'm just going to put odds behind my point, and that's how I'm going to be playing. Maybe $100 total.
10% of your bankroll on a random thrower.
Yep. You got some big payouts though. That C is a nice juicy payout. Obviously 11s help.
Not going to hit that often, dude.
But if you hit your point,
you got a lot of ifs in this shit.
Nah, it's craps. Okay, Ed. $25 table, $1,000 plunking down. Sorry, everyone. You can't play $15 tables because it's 8 o'clock Saturday night. You're on the strip. You can't get any rides to anywhere that has a table that's $15, $25, and you have to play craps. How do you do it, Ed? You got $1,000 you just put on the table. What do you do?
On a random thrower.
Yes, on a random thrower first. Besides you, we'll get to what you're going to do for yourself with that bankroll, because I would play my bankroll differently too. But I play it similar to this to build it up. Remember,
there's a lot of ways to do this.
Okay, well, if your life depends
I'll give you the absolute best way to do this.
I'm looking for the absolute best way to do this.
Keep your $1,000 in the rack and don't put it on the felt.
Oh my God. You have to, there's a couple absolutes here. You absolutely have to play craps. Your life depends on it. All right. Someone's got someone held hostage, like it's some movie, and you have to play craps. Okay. You have to play craps, and you have to play at a $25 table on the strip, and you've got $1,000 and you've got to win. All right. And you've got to bet on random shooters. So how do you play it?
Multiple ways. Are you going to make me play the ATS?
You do not have to play the ATS. Your words are in my brain. The bonus is the bonus. I like that. I'm going to forget about that bonus. I've been getting distracted. That'll maybe be a special gift that I get in the middle of a long roll. Oh, wow, look at this. I can throw down a $300 lay because I've got $1,500 max that I can win.
You're always assuming that it's a box number that's left hanging.
Well, you know what? Let's wishful thinking. Sometimes it's not.
Most of the time, it's not.
You're right. I get lucky sometimes that it is. Sometimes it's not. You just got to make it. But that'll be a nice gift. $1,500. That is a bonus, right, Ed? That would count as a bonus.
On $1,000 buy-in.
Hell yeah.
So if I went, you're putting $10. Let's use your money. Let's use your money example and think this through. All right. So you're doing $10 on the all.
$10 on the all. There's a psychological rationale because I'm pissing it away. I don't want to be distracted by that $5. What's the $5 on each side? Oh yeah, it's going to pay $150. That's cool. Hit the craps a couple times. It'll pay
That's
$150.
15% of your buy-in.
So what? I think you might get too distracted and you spew it because now you're putting $15 on every shooter, whereas I'm putting 10 and staying focused. Focus. Focus. I'm staying focused on playing the box numbers and making money the old-fashioned way. You earn it. What was that? E.F. Hutton? Was that a commercial? We make money the old-fashioned way. We earn it. Okay.
It was Smith Barney, I think.
Okay, Ed. You got the parameters. You got $1,000. You're on the strip at Aria. You got to play it. Guess what? You got to play a pass line bet. There you go.
Okay.
How do you do it?
All right.
You even bet in the bonus or fuck it?
Fuck it.
Okay. Here's the next question. At what point, how much money do you need to have for you to justify playing that bonus? Is it 2,000 or 3,000?
None of the above.
Really?
Because you already give me the parameters. I'm on the Aria and I'm on a $25 table and I've only got $1,000 to play with.
Yep. Fuck it.
If I'm going to play the bonus with a $25 pass line, I'm playing at 10, 5, 10.
Fair enough. You do that 10, 5, 10. How are you going to cover 2, 3, or 12? What's going to happen?
$5 seat.
Okay. $5 seat. That is absolutely fantastic.
I'm going to lose $5 because they're either going to roll a 7 or they're going to roll a box number. I mean, or an 11. I mean, that's just the way. I mean, but you've got to insure that pass line at $25 with that low bankroll. So the $5 is just insurance. That's all it is.
Am I being greedy by putting $10 on there?
You're always greedy.
But is that like
you're shooting for the moon again on an insurance bet that doesn't hit that often?
Okay. Oh, this is random people.
Yeah, you told me random.
All right, cool. $5. You got 10 on the all, 5s on each side. That's 20. $5 C, 7 hits. It's a wash.
Absolutely.
It's a complete wash, which is nice. Nothing won, nothing lost. Back up. 11 hits. Well, best case scenario, you just made $20.
Yep. And I got a number marked on the tall.
A 2, 3, or 12 hit. You lose 25.
And make 5 net.
You lose 25, but you gained 35.
$10.
You make $10 and you mark a number. Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
Just speaking from experience.
I like it. I do like that. I do like that. In fact, I play something similar. I would always go 10, 10, 10 with a $30 line bet and a $5 C.
You do that on somebody that you know that can shoot and you've only got $1,000 buy-in.
Yeah, I think you're right. So now let's establish a point. Point is 5. Given that bankroll, what have you put out?
I've got $55 I've put out in total, counting the C. 10, 5, 10, and 25 is 50. I will always bet more on the outside than I will on the inside.
Really?
Or they're going to be equal.
Okay. All right. I like it.
They're more likely to hit. That's why they only pay 30 to 1.
Okay. 10, 5, 10.
Slap my hand when they pay me $300. I don't care.
10, 5, 10. So a 7, Ed, you are actually losing $5. A 7, you lose
$5. On 7, I lose $5.
A C.
But I could put 30 on there.
I know that's where I evolved into doing 30, but I'm just saying,
only do 5 on the C.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sweat $5 because I'm already sweating enough because I'm playing a $25 table at Aria with $1,000. I'm already sweating.
Okay, that's good.
And I'm being really stupid by betting on Mary Flinger down there.
Flinger. A 7, you lose $5. An 11, you make $20. A C hits, you make $10.
I got 5 on. Yeah.
You make $10. Okay.
Yep.
All right, cool. Your point. So you've got 55 overall invested to start this hand. Your point is a 5. What do you do? And this is what's going to cause, I think, this is the key decision right here. This is a key decision. What you're going to do.
Not that hard. You got a couple of choices.
You got a billion choices.
No, I don't have a billion choices. I only got $1,000 to play with.
Okay.
And I got Mary Flinger tossing them.
Mary Flinger. Straight out.
Redhead, no doubt. $30 odds.
Because you got to go even.
Yeah.
5 and 9, got to go even.
Yep.
Okay, $30 odds. You're
Pays
invested.
45.
Yep. You're invested $85 right now.
$25 come bet.
Oh my God, you're going with a $25 come bet.
I just said that.
So you got 110. That's your outlay. But I love the fact that you're putting odds behind your pass line. I think that's important because you'll get a payday there will be meaningful versus not having odds. But the come bet is, man, yeah, I totally spaced on the come bet. Why are you doing a come bet versus picking a number?
Well, if it throws a 7, I get $25 of my money back plus my come bet.
That's true.
If there's 2 ways to do this, you can do a come bet, field bet, or you can do just a come bet.
You're doing a $25 come bet.
You said it was a $25 table. That's all I can do.
Yeah, you're going to have to do a $25 field bet too. So would you do both? That's a lot.
Probably not. Not unless she was a really good looking Mary Flinger. So I would just do a come bet.
Yep. Protect against that PSO.
And it travels. Where's it going to travel to?
Let's say it travels to the 10.
Okay. Leave it flat.
See, I'm stopping. Right now, I'm stopping. That's too much. Like for me, I think that's too much to be invested. You're at your limit. Why invest anymore? Are you going to invest more?
Yep.
Mary Flinger? Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, this is where I'd be like, I would be more cautious. Okay, what are you going to do?
$25 come bet.
Point is 5, 10 going with that last come bet, and now you're doing another come bet.
Yep.
Man.
No odds on the 10.
No odds, right?
Nope.
No, you can't. All right, 8.
Travels to the 8.
Okay, no odds on that, right?
No odds. Let it lay flat.
Okay. You got a lot invested in this already.
Yep. That's a lot.
I mean, that's a big portion of your bankroll. You're at 135.
Yep.
Are you stopping there?
Yep.
Okay. So you've got $135 invested of your $1,000 bankroll at Aria. You're sipping your drink. Mary Flinger's throwing. And now what do? You just wait, right? Nothing else.
I'm waiting on a decision.
Yeah.
Either I win or lose, right?
That's it. It just stops. And now it's just a waiting game.
Yeah.
No more FOMO, no anything, no other bets. If you lose, you're out 135. Let's say
she's hit 2 numbers on the tall. Now I'm just going to sit there. She got an 8 and she's out of 10. I'm just going to wait.
Let's say she hits the 8.
Okay. I win $25.
Yep.
I'm going to get my 25 back plus the 25 that it won.
Yep.
So I got 50 coming to the rack.
Okay, that's big. You're not as invested.
No, I'm not.
9 hits. Great. You've got 8, 9,
Great.
10.
They got another number on the tall.
Yep. And then a 4 hits. And then let's say she 7s out right there.
Yep.
You've only lost $85. Since you got that $50 with that 8, would you have thought, well, let me throw it back into make another comeback with that? Are you in collect mode? Is your mindset now? When does your mindset go, I need to make back my $135?
As soon as I expose it. I mean, that's when you got to make it back. That's what you're trying to make as much back as you can. If she had hit, I mean, if you could have done another combat, but in your scenario, all those combats would have been wasted.
Yeah.
Which happens. All you're trying to do is put yourself in a position to be kind of whole by the time the dice come to me.
The whole goal is to tread water.
So, that's one way to play it. There's multiple ways to play this. I mean, you can do one hit, can't miss, which is kind of prototypical standard, right? You said I can't. Well, no, you said I can't make a don't pass bet. You said I had to make a pass line bet.
Yeah.
So the best way to play this.
Okay.
Probably. Point was 5.
Point was 5. A full-length extended version of this podcast is available exclusively on our Patreon page. New episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed this podcast and will tell all of your fellow craps playing friends about it. Please follow Casino Tears on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. If you like the show, please rate it 5 stars and leave a review. The best and most fun way to contact us would be to call and leave a message on our official Casino Tears vent line, 229-07. You can also email us at no7@casinotears.com. And lastly, to help support this podcast, you can visit our Patreon at patreon.com/casinotears. On behalf of Roll to Win Craps from Alabama and 10 Ton is number 1 from Las Vegas, thanks for listening.